As always, don't forget to check the video description down below for the best prices on the tools and parts we use in today's project. This is a 2007 Toyota Camry, and I'm going to show you how to take the starter out. Let's check it out. Okay guys, and we have a little piece here missing because we're also doing this radiator, but no big deal. Just got a 10mm right here, 10mm right here. Pull those out, and then you'll see this guy just picks up, comes off. It's real easy. And then we are looking at our starter right here. So now we just got a simple squeeze and pull. I'm not gonna be able to do it one-handed. We got a bolt there, bolt here, bolt back there. All right, so here we are. I was able with two hands to push and pull, and this guy just comes right out there. You see, so you just push and pull. And actually, I say I use my hands, but I actually used a pick. I just pushed on the button and it popped off. Then we got 13 here. And now I wanted to show you how I got this guy lined up on this thing. And you can see, so I have a long ratchet, I got an extension, and he's sneaking back there. And my 14 is right there. And now, hold on, let me get my camera focused. There we go. So now we're able to just take this bolt out back here, and that's the method I use to take this bolt out. And then, you know, the front one is fairly easy. I'll just take this ratchet and take that bolt out. Okay, and I just wanted to show y'all this bolt back here. What I did was, after I broke it loose, I was able to just kind of like use this extension and socket. I kind of hand did it, so I just kind of would reach back there and like that, and you can see it just comes off pretty easy. That's the strategy I used. I think this bolt is just about out. That's a long bolt. Okay guys, and now you can see the starter's loose now. I got that bolt the rest of the way out, and this one's a 12. I went ahead and broke it loose, and now you see I'm able to spin this out. My camera always focuses on the wrong spot, but you see I got this nut out, and focus camera, and now I reach in here, I'll pop this wire off. Now I got both my wires off. I got this 14 loosened up also, so I'll just come in here, and this one will just come out. Pretty simple. And we're about to take the starter out. So just keep it coming. And that's it. So I'm gonna leave my bolt up there. Let's get my extension out the way, and we should just be able to wiggle the starter out past everything. So that cylinder that goes into the engine makes it a little bit difficult. You just kind of grab and wiggle, and then we'll come right on out. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So just take that thing out and you're done. Get your new one, stick it on in there. And let's just for a second talk about your battery and your starter. A lot of times you can have a starter symptom for a bad battery or a starter, and vice versa. So if you turn your key, it clicks or does nothing at all. That's a really common starter or battery. Less common, ignition switch. But most of the time, it's gonna be your starter or battery. So, the way you can test this is you could take a power probe. I'll do a video on how to do this. Search Fixbook power probe starter or Fixbook test starter. And basically you're gonna take your power probe, command the starter on. If it spins over, that rules out an ignition switch, and at that point you probably have enough electricity to do the starter as well. Also, let's look at this battery real quick. And here is our battery tester. It's kind of hard to read because It's a LED or whatever. But it says 1276, which means it's fully charged. 12.6 is a fully charged battery. We're going to hit test. It's going to say SL1, CCA, cold cranking amps, 600. The cold cranking amps on this battery is 600. Test, and it's 448. So, and it's actually saying fail. So, but even with 450 cranking amps, this will still turn the car over. This starter and battery actually works. It spins over fine. If you were to read something like 150 or 50 and your battery's fully charged, you'd know it's a bad battery. So that's just kind of a real quick way to check and see if it's a battery or a starter, because a lot of times you can say, oh, I think it's one or the other, put it in, and you just wasted that money. So you can check the video description down below for this little tool. It'll help save money and not spend extra money on stuff you don't need. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Alright, so real quick, I just figure I'll show you throwing it back into. I'm going to just work this guy in here, and you'll see what it's like with 2 hands. It's a little bit easier. So you're just going to kind of wiggle in, back and forth, back and forth. Another important thing is it could be tempting to put the bolts back in and try and bolt it back in, but you can snap this housing right here if you do that and it's not going in the right way. So the best way to do it is just make sure it goes flush, just like I did right there. And then take our bolts. Let's see, they're both the exact same length. That makes it a little bit easier on us. Go ahead and put our bolt back in. Go ahead and click our little clicker back in, and then go ahead and put our big wire back on. If I can get this guy, stick him on there. And then, where did my nut go? There it is. Go ahead and put your 12 back on there, like so. Ah! And then the fun one is going to be this 14 in the back. Alright, so we got that. So the 14 in the back, I'm going to take this extension, you can take grease and stick it in there. That'll keep it from falling. Hopefully it's not going to fall off with me just going back there like this. Let's see what I can do here. Alright, so you see I use 2 hands. Go ahead and push it back in there. And now I'm starting it. So that's it. Go ahead, run them down, get everything tight, and hopefully she'll crank right up this time. So that's it, y'all. Thanks for watching.